Mr. President, with all fairness, and I've been consistent. And you see, that is what I learned as a child. My father used to tell me the truth is constant and consistent. The truth can't change. I was in the wilderness as one of the very few politicians who constantly said no election should be called, publicly and openly. I said no election should be called because the activities of an election were likely to contribute to everything opposite to that which has been proposed by the Ministry of Health. Let us look at the things proposed. Let us look, just give me a chance, just today. Let us look at what was proposed by the Ministry of Health. The Ministry of Health proposed that there should be a limiting of inter-community movement. No election limits inter-community movement. The Ministry of Health said that there should be a limiting of people interaction. No election limits people interaction. The Ministry of Health suggests that the activities of an election were likely to create risk for an increase in COVID cases. Not only did the ministry, and I mean, I am consistent. Nobody can say that I have changed my opinion pre the last election and now. Nobody. In fact, some of the people were saying that it was making the opposition look afraid for a person of such high office to be openly saying no election, no election, no election. Now let us go further. The bill before us now also states that calling an election in a spike is a risk that they are unwilling to take to call this local government election. That is what this bill is proposing today. Now you can claim you learned after the last election, but you cannot claim that the last election did not contribute. Let us go further. The Ministry of Health spoke to nomination day impact. That after nomination day, they expected a spike. The Ministry of Health, not Damion Crawford, the Ministry of Health. And Jamaica Labour Party has the cabinet, yes, under whom Minister Tufton, yes, is the Ministry of Health, is the Minister of Health. The ministry said they expected a spike after nomination. Okay. Nomination is a necessary part of an election. Now, I'm talk about me, Damion Crawford. It goes further. The Ministry of Health predicted, yes, after nomination day, yes, that they expected a further spike after election day. Yes. And that has proven to be true. Okay. There is in scientific research a concept we call correlation. And while correlation isn't causation, correlation is a reason to seek, yes, information if there is causation. There is clear correlation, yes, between what was the case prior to the election, yes, and what has been the case since the election. That's right. Clear correlation. So therefore, the government should not be allowed to be absolved. There's a decision that was to be taken only by the Prime Minister. Yes. That is when an election was to be called. That's right. No matter what the opposition said or did, the Constitution offers him that right. Maximum right. That was an election that wasn't due, yeah, until 2021 March. He sought political advantage, yes, which he gained. He gained. And I mean, we can assume. But also, he gave us governmental disadvantage. He cannot be absolved from the downgrade to level 4 by the United States government that Jamaica is now level 4, putting greater risk to the tourism industry. He cannot be absolved. And secondly, he cannot be absolved from the losses that the economy will take further. That's right. Because as you would have said and many Jamaicans agreed, before the act of an election, the management was good.
Yeah, the numbers are good.
Many would agree. The logics of the numbers show that. No, Senator Webby. There was a time, Senator Webby. Senator Webby, you would agree that there was a time that Jamaica's numbers were not moving with the rest of the world. There was a time that the government was so proud of their actions that they were on TV 6 hours and 5 hours a day explaining how they were managing. And their reasons. One of the spike, the Black Lives Matter march in America contributed to a spike. The elections in America contributed. How is it that the government of Jamaica can say that the parties contribute to a spike in the holiday, but I can't say that the election contribute to a spike? How can they say the entertainment activities? Not me, the Prime Minister said that.
Yes.
That one of the reasons they are putting the Christmas under strike,
Yes.
under suspension, is because when they did a little freedom in the it was the emancipation, the emancipation, it led to a spike. Then how they can blame entertainment for a 2-day period, and I can't blame them for a 30-day period? That's not reasonable and truthful. The other thing is, there's no scientific evidence where, and the scientists tell me that.